Hola, mi nombre es Daniela Cepeda Martínez, de Promoción de Paz, su maestra de inglés, y el día de hoy vamos a continuar con nuestra clase número 13. Today we're going to learn about there is and there are, as well as quantifiers. So here we have a grammar box that explains the use of there is and there are. Okay, we have the affirmative form, the negative form, and the interrogative form. Starting with the affirmative form, it is important to know that there is for singular and there are is for plural, okay? There is one table in the classroom and there are 3 chairs in the classroom, okay? And here there is an important thing. There is can be contracted to theirs. There's a good song on the radio. There are cannot be contracted. Entonces, there is es para singular y there are es para plural, okay? And then the negative form, the only thing that changes here is that we add not after there is or there are, okay? There is not a horse in the field and there are not 2 elephants in the zoo. And then again, here we have the contraction for there's. There's not or there isn't. And here we have there are not that could be contracted to there aren't. And finally, in the interrogative form, here we have that we start with the verb to be, okay? Is there a dog in the supermarket? Are there any dogs in the park? Is there a cat? So o sea, entonces aquí solo se invierte. Si empezábamos con there is, aquí se empieza con is there, are there, okay? And also, we have the use of some and any when using there are or there is. So for countable nouns, we can say there are some girls at the party or there are some trees on my street. And for uncountable nouns, we can say there is some water in the fountain and there is some sugar in my coffee. Entonces, acuérdense que cuando hablamos de uncountable nouns, normalmente se tratan como si fueran singular. O sea, aquí por eso se usa there is en vez de there are, ¿ok? And for any, for countable nouns, we can say there are not any girls at the party and there are not any trees in my street. For uncountables, we can say there is not any water in the fountain. Entonces aquí la única diferencia es que después de there are o there is se agrega not y ya sigues normal con any o con some dependiendo del caso. Okay, so we have here some examples, a brief example, and we're going to look at the picture over here, and then we're going to complete the sentences with there is or there are. So for example, there is a t-shirt on the bed because it is only one, singular. There are 2 books on the floor porque son 2 libros, plural. There is a scarf on the floor. Hay solo una bufanda en el piso. There are 4 pictures on the wall, plural. There are many books on the shelves. Hay muchos libros en la estantería. There is a book in the bed. And there is a laptop in the floor. And finally, there are some papers on the floor. Es plural, ¿ok? Muy sencillo. Entonces aquí ya sabemos que es there is cuando es singular y there are cuando es plural. And now we're going to learn about quantifiers, specifically with many, some, and few. So for countable nouns, we can use many. And the affirmative form would be we have many friends. We start with the subject, then the verb, and then many. And in the negative form, we have there are not many books to read, okay? And in the interrogative form, we start with the WH question word. How many brothers do you have, okay? Entonces, many es una palabra que cuantifica, o sea, cuántos amigos hay, cuántos libros hay para leer, etc. Entonces, vamos a continuar con some. Some, dice aquí, my sister has some bracelets. Tiene algunos, ¿ok? Brazaletes. There is some juice in the fridge. Aquí o sea, hay algo de jugo. Mi hermana tiene algunos brazaletes, etc. And we have here few or a few. And the affirmative form would be there are few dogs on the street. Hay pocos perros, muy pocos. And in the interrogative form, do you have a few pesos? Tienes algunos pesos. And we also have much, a little or little, and any, okay? And how we use how much for questions using a non-countable or singular object, okay? We have much homework. Tenemos mucha tarea. There is not much time. No hay mucho tiempo. How much juice is left? ¿Cuánto jugo queda? Notice here the juice is a non-countable object, okay? How much does the book cost? And for little or a little, they have little time. Tienen poco tiempo. Do you have a little money? ¿Tienes algo de dinero? And finally, any. Any is used in negative sentences and in questions. Any can be used for both countable and uncountable nouns. So, I don't have any juice. No tengo nada de jugo. There aren't any cookies left. No hay galletas ya. And in the interrogative form, it says, do you have any money? ¿Tienes algo de dinero? Are there any tables in the room? ¿Hay algunas mesas disponibles? So we're going to see some examples, and we're going to use in this case many, few, some, any, and much, okay? So number one, there is some milk in the fridge. Hay algo de leche en el refrigerador. There aren't any apples in the supermarket. No hay ya ninguna manzana. Number three, how much money do you need? ¿Cuánto dinero necesitas? We have a few blueberries left. Tenemos algunas blueberries que quedan. And finally, is there any cake left? ¿Queda algo de pastel? Ok, entonces, bueno, hemos terminado el día de hoy y aprendimos a usar there is y there are, dependiendo si es singular o plural. Y también aprendimos algunas palabras que cuantifican otro tipo de oraciones, de objetos, etc. Entonces, nada más hay que tratar de comprender estas palabras. Les va a servir de vocabulario también. Toda esta tablita de aquí les va a servir bastante, y traducirlas a español también les va a ayudar un poco para entender cuándo se debe utilizar cada palabra, ¿ok? Entonces, bueno, si hay alguna duda o cualquier comentario me la pueden hacer llegar, y pues muchas gracias por su atención.